Hey everybody, Roger here. Let's do a quick little club guide for the upcoming tournament for truly new players. As you can see, this particular account. So this is mainly for really new players. As you can see how my bag is set up right now. Quarterback, Guardian, Backbone, Thorn, Dart, Machete, Malibu. As you go through, I just opened up the rock. I have a level 4 extra mile. Could use the Viper, possible. Long iron, you could use the Goliath if you prefer. Or the Saturn. The Thorn is, outside maybe the Kingfisher is the best bet. I'm guessing most of you don't have any Tour 6 clubs, which is okay. I don't. I have just a couple of Tour 5s. Everything else is pretty much Tour 3 and below. So, going on from this particular bag setup, we go through here. This is a hole 1 of the tournament. It's a par 4.
Daddy. Daddy.
So, if you want to use your extra mile with probably a Quasar, you can play the shot roughly to here, and then it should go this direction. With the extra mile, it's a very risky shot because it's a very small landing area that you have. Very small LZ, landing zone. What I suggest more or less is to use the quarterback, use full top spin, and play it this direction here. Land it up in this area. You're going to have a longer second shot with probably your long a wood, or maybe your long iron, but more likely your wood. That's why I suggest going with your Viper, or if you have even a low level Guardian, you can play it up to here, bounce it onto the green with backspin, and you'll be fine. Okay, then the next hole. Go back. Oops. Hole 2 is a par 5. Now, if you happen to have, if the winds are the same this tournament as they were for the Thanksgiving tournament, if you have really maxed up clubs, you can get to the green in 2. But odds are, you're new, you're not going to. This is a hole you can use your extra mile if you have it. Your goal is to land in this area, and then from here play it to here, and then onto the green. Go for the birdie. If you go long, if you end up in the rough up in here, you're not in trouble at all, because most of your rough irons are going to get you somewhere in this area, and again, you're perfectly fine. So in this hole, since it is a par 5, you might want to use your extra mile if you have it. Just don't overpower it. You don't have to be, you just have to be somewhere in this area, and you'll be fine getting up into this area. So that's pretty much all you need to do with that one there. This hole, it's a par 3. Okay, this is a par 3. Now, in this hole, depending upon the wind, the last tournament, it was pretty much kind of going in this direction. So, you can use, like I said, if you have your Guardian, use full backspin. You want to land it right in this area. Aim. You want to put your aim just right about in there. You want to be, use full backspin and put your ball guide just in front of the hole. Because you probably only have a 2 on your ball guide. So you want that third bounce that's going to be really short. It'll be right near the pin. Because you're playing from the front tees, you'll have from the front tees here. You might end up having to use your long iron. Again, you want to land in the same area, but you don't want to. But now with the long iron, you want it to roll a little bit, so you don't want to play it as close. So you're probably going to, like I said, you probably want to use a backbone, maybe your Saturn. They're a little more accurate than the other clubs, and that's really what you want to go for here on the tournament, is accuracy. Okay, the next hole. Gotta figure out a better way to do this. This is a par 4. Again, the trick here is to land in this area. Depending upon the wind, I'm trying to remember how the wind was in this tournament. It wasn't quite tailwind, but this is where you want to land. Again, your quarterback is, again, your best bet. You don't need a lot of length. You want to land to here, and then again, your Guardian, you want to land it right in here and bounce it onto the green. So you want to go quarterback, Guardian on this hole. Especially because the quarterback, even at the first and second levels, are still at 80 accuracy, which is a lot better than 0 and 7 on the extra mile. So, staying out of the rough is the most important thing on this hole. If you end up, you don't want to be there, don't want to be there, you don't want to be there. If you're in any of those spots, you'll be lucky to get your shot into this area. The only one might be here. You might, if you have a long enough, if you're using the machete, or even, what else would be there? The machete, quick peek here. I'm gonna load up. Sorry about that. You can use the machete, or in this case, or the rough cutter, probably one of the two you have. You're barely going to have enough distance to get there. Maybe if you have the off-roader, you might be able to make it to the green from that upper area. From this area up here. Maybe. So that's that hole. Swipe, swipe. Nope. Go to the next. Shit. 2, 3, 4. Hole 5. This hole is probably the hardest hole. One of the hardest holes. This one, and maybe the other new par 3 on this one. But this one is much harder, I think. If you have a sniper, definitely use your sniper. Otherwise, use the most accurate club you have. If you have the Guardian, you want to use the Guardian and try to land on the green, full backspin, put a little bit of right curl spin on your ball. You want to keep it this area, this line, this way. The ball will roll. If you hit the green, it's going to roll all the way to the edge. And it doesn't go off the green. It stays on the green, and you have no chance at a putt from there. So, Oops. Okay, so you want to keep it this side of the green. Depending upon the wind, the best way to play it is right in here. If you're going to use your long iron or press like the sniper or the viper, we don't have much backspin to try to just roll the ball onto the green. Although I said the guardian, you want to play it in this area, full backspin, and adjusting for the wind. That one's there. Next hole, hole 5. Let's go to hole 6. Okay, hole 6. 6, it's a par 5. This hole you can get an albatross on. If not, definitely should be able to get eagle. Now, if they're going to give us any type of tailwind at all, you want to land this here. This is another hole where you should use your extra mile, but you don't want to overpower the shot at all. You just want to your goal is a perfect shot. If you can hit there with the extra mile with full topspin, you should be able to bounce somewhere down in here. If you have at least an extra mile 4 or 5 or better, you should be able to reach up here. And then from this position, reset them in here so I can expand it. Bigger. Okay. So when you're now in your second shot, if you're doing it from this area, what you want to do is you're probably going to have either your guardian, your wood, or your long iron, and you want to play it off the rough, right in front, if possible. Use a little bit of topspin, hit the rough, and it'll roll quietly up to the hole. If you're playing it farther back in this area, you're going to definitely be using your wood, and you're going to want to play it from here and then onto the green, bounce it to the green, and you should be fine. Again, you'll use backspin to keep it from rolling off the green. The green in the back of the green is angled back towards, it comes back this way. So you can go a little long and your ball will roll up and roll back down. So that's not a problem. The key is the wind direction, which should still be at your tail from behind going this way, so you can get away with it. That's why I think from the upper location, you can make it with the backbone, Saturn, big dog, but I wouldn't recommend the big dog because it's very inaccurate, and your key on using the clubs are as the most accurate clubs you can if you're just starting out. Okay, that's next hole. This is the next par 3. Different ways of playing this one. Two main ones are there's a flat spot. Oops, there's a flat spot here, and there's a flat spot here, and you can play it kind of in the middle here. This flat spot down here, this one, you're going to be using your long iron, and you're going to try to bounce it into this area and then onto the green. I don't play it that way normally, so I'm not sure. You'll just have to look and see, and if you're going with your ball guide, if you're going to need a little topspin or a little backspin from that shot. I play it from here. On this hole, I would suggest using your guardian if you have it, and use full backspin and full left spin by I use a quasar. I'd use a quasar ball because you want that side spin. And you hit it here, you want it to bounce right about in here, and it'll trickle right to the hole. So that's you want to stay out of the danger there. Even going long is okay, ending up a little short is okay. But you want to stay out of these bunkers over here. So that is that hole. This is hole number 8. This hole, the last time tournament had the wind at your back, and if you're really good at hitting perfect ball when you overpower a extra mile, you know, you can go here and you'll end up either in the rough or just into the fairway. And any rough iron you have in this position will get you to the green. So, you know, that's a big risk reward shot compared to using, listen, on the par 4, a quarterback, or if you have even a level 1 rock has much more accuracy than just playing to here, then playing your sniper or your viper or your guardian or even your big dog to land about there and just roll it onto the green. So that's hole 8, and last but not least, hole 9. Hole 9, again, par 5. This hole I definitely recommend using your quarterback, if you have it, versus your extra mile. Again, unless you're confident in your ability to hit a perfect shot, everything from around there is gonna roll this way. So you want to keep your shot from here as straight as you can over that bunker and land it in this area here. From there, you take your Viper or your Guardian and you play it just in front of the green and just let it roll to the hole. And I have gotten 2 or 3 albatrosses on this hole. If you can put your drive in this area here, there's no reason you should not get your eagle, because your second shot is going to land right in front of the green and just roll maybe 2-3 backspin most, and it should roll right near the hole. So again, even as a par 5, I would definitely recommend for new players, use your quarterback, especially if you got up around level 5, like I said, like mine is. As you can see again, have to wait a second here now. Let's just load back up. Okay, like I said, even at a level 5, yeah, it's only 207 yards. It's got 22 topspin, but it's got great accuracy, and you're perfectly fine with it. It's a great club. Don't let anybody try to fool you otherwise. But again, I said, even if you have level 1 rock, because there is no topspin, you know, you're not on hole 8. This is a perfectly good club to use. As you compare either one of these, like I said, to the, you compare these to the extra mile, you know, you're giving up 20 yards plus a lot of topspin. So you're probably giving up at least 20, 30, maybe 30, 35 yards. But okay, so the big difference in the two here is 100 accuracy and 7 accuracy. And the reason I suggest going with the 100 accuracy is quite simple. Go to a different hole. Oh, I can use this one here. Alright, if you mishit a quarterback one ring, instead of landing here, it might land, you know, pretty much about the same spot. Okay? With the extra mile, if you miss by one ring and you want it to land there, that one ring miss is going to be there. So you're going to end up from the fairway and into the rough or bunker. That is the difference. The ring system, everybody will tell you it's for the wind. Really, it's not for the wind. The ring system is designed to show the accuracy of the club, so it lands either where a perfect shot, or a great shot, or maybe here a good shot, or a total shank. That is how the ring system is set up. It really has nothing to do with the wind. The reason I believe that is, let me go back to here. I have, for instance, I'm trying to think here. Okay, the quarterback, 100% accuracy. Oh. Malibu have right now. Okay, my Malibu's at 88. You would think the rings, the circles would be the same size, and they are not the same size. The Malibu is definitely twice as big. So that is what you have to look at. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Good luck on your tournament, and look out for, I would say, Jesse Bolt, his tutorials, and definitely Zachary Jones on YouTube. Definitely check out their tutorials on how to play the holes. Watch them both, because you'll find that Jesse will definitely he'll definitely recommend using the extra mile, and I'm sure Zach will be recommending more accurate clubs like the quarterback, Thor's hammer, and of course the rock. As always, please hit subscribe, hit like if you want. Really appreciate it, and see you on the course. Emma, move please. Don't want you in there. 20, 25. It's on Sunset Bar. Si sitter.
Rồi chị ăn lên coi đi.
Mày à?
Ăn lên mình.
Mẹใคร à?
Ăn nó 5 บาท nữa,อีกอันนึง
Ăn bênไม้เหรอ?
อันละ5 บาทอ่ะ
น้องเล่นเกมเหรอ?
Si sit.
Si 40
Decent.
40
Decent.
40
That looks it. Thank you.
Got it.
Of course you do.